schools. And some MPs have put forward a motion in Parliament to have comprehensive sex education introduced in schools. And the reason they want that is because our rates of teen pregnancy are ridiculously high. We're some of the highest in the world.
1 in every 5. There's a time a report came out in 2021 and they thought it was a joke. And then this new report that came and stated that 1 in every 5 teenage girls they either get pregnant or already have a first child. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's 1 in 5 is too big a number, right? Even 1 in 10 would have been too big. 1 in 100 would still have been too big. But 1 in 5 is very scary. So experts from the National Syndemic Disease Control Council are saying too many girls are dropping out of school. Their chief executive, Ruth Libon, says this multiplies the poverty cycle in their lives. Of course, it also improves their risk of contracting sexually transmitted diseases, HIV, etc. And what do we do? How do we make sure that we curb this? It's by introducing sex education in schools. The clergy, however, have said iyo maneno hapana.
Hawataki story. And funny how it's the church that's the first one to mulika you. I'm a Christian,
Very true,
but
yes.
I've seen not all, some churches, especially when you're a teenager, and maybe you're serving maybe praise and worship, and you become pregnant. Say you're 19 or 18. The first thing that happens is unakalishwanga chini, so you can't serve in the praise and worship.
True.
Another thing, you have to apologize, handwritten letter. You have to go wazee decide kama you will continue in service. So I'm just like, it takes you to a place where it's a natural course. It could be a mistake that you've made simply because you never understood this, or you knew but you didn't know that the risk was really close home. And it could have been anyone. So mi nauliza, tukikata kuiongelelea, will it save the situation?
Absolutely
na
not.
Tukiongelelea, will it worsen the situation?
You know?
Nara, I meant to come back to you.
People are projecting.
Right? That's what they think, that if you teach sex education, it's like you're teaching children how
You're
to.
promoting.
Nara, what did sex education look like for you in school?
Totally, completely non-existent. Like, apart from the scientific, explanations, we really had nothing. And if you are found even remotely curious, that's a problem. You're punished for being curious for, normal things. So we got this like shame or guilt, I don't know how to put it, about just everything sexual matters. And I'll tell you something that happened to me that truly, encompasses that. So I was young-ish, teenager still, and someone once told me, after talking for a bit, talking stage, your time was really talking stage. Watch a year, joke around. So we go somewhere, we have a good time, whatever, and then I'm going back home because, again, I live with my parents. And they're like, wow, Maze, you're leaving me in so much pain. I'm like, pain? What are you talking about, friend? It's like, when you're in love and you see someone and then you don't, it's physically painful for boys. And for the longest time, I used to believe it. So I'm like, let's just not meet today.
I don't want to put you
in pain. I love you,
By the
for
way,
the longest time.
Let me tell you, even as a teenager, I think that's the first time that was my first time. That's how it happened. Because I was being told, prove to me that you love me.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
That's...
Na naambiwa na teenager mwenzangu.
Okay.
Si ati tulikuwa 20.
Because na yeye ameambiwa na teenager mwenzake pia.
Sasa wacha nikwambie, kwanza sasa hii watu hiyo wakifunga shule. Do we have an idea of what's really going on? Because communication has really changed. Nowadays people have sleepovers. Their sleepovers na zetu wazifanani. Sisi yetu ungeenda sleepover, sijui wasichana teddy bears.
Thank you.
Ongea about boys kidogo.
Supervised, very well supervised, separated.
Kunywa soft drink yako, hiyo story imeisha. Sai people go velo, people go, they
vapes, whatever,
different sorts of drugs. And I'm telling you, most recently I've seen the formation of WhatsApp groups. And now it becomes more of an invitation for these activities.
Okay.
Especially for high schoolers.
So you see, had you guys been taught anything substantial about sex education, you would know it's not physically painful. It's not a proof of love, right? And the same to me. It's like everything was just fear factor. Be afraid to do this because this and this will happen. STIs, the most gruesome videos you could think of genitalia falling off because of
we
disease.
were threatened.
We were threatened. And it's like,
threatened.
no, that's not education, guys. We have to get back into the music. But when we come back, we will get more into this topic. And then you kwa Twitter yetu mtuambie, should comprehensive sex education be introduced in schools? At Nation FM KE, at Mariam Bishar,
At Brian _Aseli.
And at Auntie Wanisa Njuk.
Nani tulitishwa. Na musitishwe.